This is part 5 of AngularJs tutorial. In this video we will discuss about controllers in AngularJs. What is controller? The controller in AngularJs is a JavaScript function that maintains the application data and behavior using $scope object. A controller in AngularJs takes the data from the view, processes the data, and then sends the data across to the view, which is displayed to the end user. A controller will use the data model, carry out the required processing, and then pass the output to the view, which in turn is displayed to the end user. We can attach properties and methods to the $scope object inside a controller function, which in turn will add or update the data and attach behaviors to the HTML element. $scope object is a glue between the controller and HTML. The ngController directive is used to specify a controller in a HTML element, which will add behavior or maintaining the data in the HTML element and its child element. Let's go to Visual Studio. This is the last example that we have been working in this video series. First of all, I'm going to get rid of our previous code, this script and these two div tags. I'm going to reference the script file in this page. Get rid of this line. Go to script file and remove this $scope message property. I want to display an employee details in the view. For this, I'm declaring a object employee equals first name something David, last name Hanson, and his salary 9,000. Here I cannot directly access employee variable in the view. For that, I have to hold this employee object in a scope object. So I am declaring a scope object, scope dot employee equals this employee. Copy this and paste it here. Copy, paste. Let's close this. Save this file. Now this $scope employee object have this object. Go to index.html page. Here call the employee object. How can I call employee object? This employee dot first name, this employee dot last name, this employee dot salary. In this way I can access employee dot first name. I'm putting break here. Let's copy this line, paste it here, paste it here, copy this last name, paste it here, and also salary. Copy, paste. Let's save the file and run the application. In the HTML page are rendered binding expressions directly instead of employee details. Let's see what happens. Right click on the page, click on inspect, go to console tab. Here we got an error. So this error is in a not readable format. Click on this link and let's see what happens. The error saying the controller with the name sample control is not registered. Go to Visual Studio. Here we declared sample controller and this controller name same. Then what happens? Here we forgot to give ng app name. Ng app is equals to app. This app name and the module app name must be same. Let's save the file, this file, and return the web page. So here the error gone. So it displays that David, Hanson, and his salary. Here, the controller's primary responsibility is to control the data which gets passed to the view. The scope and view have two-way communications. Here, what happens if I misspell the controller name or the controller does not exist? I'm going to put controller with name, controller with sample controller1, save the application, rerun the web page. Here we got one error, and look at the web page. The binding expressions are displayed as a plain text. Let's click on this link and see what happens. What is the error? The error clearly saying the controller with the name sample controller1 is not registered. In this way we can find errors in AngularJs. Go to Visual Studio. Let's get it back into sample controller. Save the file. What happens if I misspell the property name? I'm going to misspell this with salary1. Save the application and rerun the web page. It displays the David and Hansen, not the salary. Why? Because this property does not exist. In the binding expression, if a property does not exist, it displays the empty text and it does not render in the web page. This is the code for creating controllers. Thank you for listening.